Hi, so WhatsApp is suing the Indian government in the Delhi High Court. A Silicon Valley company suing a government, obviously newsworthy. But the move impacts a lot more. My name is Anubha Bhonsle and this is Newsworthy. We're an independent news and storytelling platform. If you have the resources, do support our work. The link is in the bio and in the description. Now, back to what makes this newsworthy of your attention. The big point of contention are the new information technology rules. The long and full name is Intermediary Guidelines and a Digital Media Ethics Code 2021. Let's just call them the new IT rules for the purpose of this video. WhatsApp and the parent company Facebook are in court objecting to the traceability clause. Now, the new IT rules actually require that all social media platforms that have over 50 lakh users locate the first originator of a piece of information if required by the government to protect India's security interests. WhatsApp has what's called end-to-end encryption. That means no one except the person who sends and receives a message can read it. WhatsApp does not store it or intercept these messages by default. In fact, Facebook too has a secret conversations feature on Messenger that gives users the choice to opt for end-to-end encryption. So the two companies don't know what the message is or who sent or received it. In the two lawsuits before the Delhi High Court, these companies are arguing that finding the first originator of an information would mean two things. One, breaking this end-to-end encryption, and two, storing information. Why? Well, because tracing even one message means WhatsApp would have to store and trace every single message on the platform forever, because you never know which message the government might flag as problematic and ask for details. This would inevitably violate user privacy, which includes the right to anonymity. So, the two lawsuits that are before the Delhi High Court are asking for one, that the traceability clause in the new IT guidelines be deemed as unconstitutional, violative of the right to privacy as underlined by a 2017 Supreme Court decision, and that two, WhatsApp and Facebook face no criminal liability if the companies do not implement this traceability clause. Well, the center has responded through a statement in the PIP. Number one, it's claiming that WhatsApp's lawsuit that's really filed on the last day of the deadline to comply with these rules is an act of defiance. But more importantly, the center is saying that it respects the right to privacy, but like all other fundamental rights, this is not absolute and it's subject to reasonable restrictions. So those who create mischief must be detected and punished. The government is also saying that there are already enough safeguards to prevent any misuse, like the clause that says that these demands to find the first originator of a piece of information have to be sanctioned by law, and this is really the last resort, only when less intrusive means have failed. Now here's the problem. Sanctioned by law can mean that to ask for the first originator of a message, you either need a court order or an order under Section 69 of the IT Act. This either or means agencies don't necessarily need to go to court. Plus, orders that are passed under Section 69 are not available in the public domain. And less intrusive means, which I just referred to, is open to interpretation. Law enforcement agencies can claim that they've tried everything and now they absolutely need to know the first originator of a piece of information. I want us to pause here for a moment and remind ourselves that WhatsApp is suing the government in the name of protecting user privacy because the government is the so-called bad guy. But the company's own privacy policy is also under the scanner and is facing possible legal action from the government. So kettle, pot, black, that analogy works here. What is the crux of WhatsApp's own new privacy policy, for which I'm sure you're getting those regular, constant reminders? Well, it says that WhatsApp may automatically collect and share your information with its family of companies, including Facebook. So this includes your mobile phone number, your name, how often you use WhatsApp, your profile photograph, what device you use, your mobile network, your IP address. There is no option to opt out here. In fact, there are 3 cases against WhatsApp's own privacy policy update before the Delhi High Court already, besides all those repeated warnings and threat of illegal action that's coming from the center. So as the experts and many of you are pointing out, it is a case of the pot calling the kettle black. Facebook's reputation, well, that already precedes it. I do want to add that there is an important distinction here. Even with WhatsApp's new privacy policy, messages between users are end-to-end encrypted, meaning neither WhatsApp nor Facebook can read them. But if you comply with the government's new IT rules, means it will not be so. WhatsApp, in fact, is saying that it will have to redo its entire platform specifically for India. Finding even one person in the future could mean potentially exposing all its users. It did come out with a blog post where it talks about maintaining giant databases with permanent identity stamps of every message sent on its platform and the potential misuse if users get exposed. One more thing to remember, WhatsApp is in court, but the new IT rules and this traceability clause apply to everybody. They apply to Signal, Telegram, other messaging apps. So needless to say, this is a high stakes lawsuit. The petitions have not even been listed before the Delhi High Court yet. In fact, just yesterday, the center wrote to all social media platforms asking them to report the status of compliance. All of them have. Facebook said that outside of its secret conversations feature and this traceability clause, it intends to comply. Google says the same, Instagram says the same, Twitter says the same. Apart from the traceability clause, remember there is a lot of concern in the new IT guidelines, and I'd highly recommend a previous video we did on it as a good reckoner. The link is in the description. Before we go, many of you asked, are social media platforms getting banned? No, they're not. They were given until May 26 to comply to the new guidelines. Only Coup, that's sort of the Indian version of Twitter, did. This was being interpreted as all the others will now get banned, which is not true. What may or could happen is that in the case of continued non-compliance, these platforms will lose the safe harbor of the IT Act. So they could become liable for any content that is published on them, and they could face criminal prosecution under Indian laws, the Indian Penal Code. Right now, remember, they just host the content. They're not responsible for who says what on it. But also remember, they do block accounts, they do add manipulated media tags, and they do also remove posts. Social media, internet, privacy, data rights are actually becoming everyday conversations and headlines these days, yet I often feel reportage on them is either very tech-oriented or very state-oriented. Tell us if you'd like to see a breakdown of how all of this impacts our lives in very real ways. We'll of course attempt it with experts who know better than us, but we'll do it the newsworthy way. Simple, clear, and effective. From Pallavi and myself, thank you for your time and thanks for paying attention.